Hello, Francis. Can you hear me this time? Your screen is a bit frozen. Hello, Eliza. Hello.
Oh, hi, can you hear me?
Yes,
Sorry,
I
I was
can
just
hear
reading
you.
it all out.
No worries. Good to hear from you. Sorry about the confusion in terms of the beginning of the call. I hope
Oh, no,
it's
it's all
all
right. I was just, because I'm in obviously a different time zone from Melbourne, so I was just I don't know, it was just confusing because I wasn't sure if I missed it already, but
right. No
so,
worries. I didn't know where exactly you were in Australia, so I just took Melbourne as a reference.
yeah, it's all right. I figured it's all right. I figured it out
Awesome.
eventually.
Awesome. I'm sure that with you guys talking with each other within the team, you're probably juggling with the time zones as well.
Yeah, it's harder though because there's more. I think the last group I was in, it was really easy because they were all in the same one. It was just me. But in this one, there's a lot of different ones, so it's slightly harder.
It's a challenge, but
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll work around it. And
Yeah.
it's a good preparation if you go into this line of work later on. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what your plans are, but for me, for example, this is what I'm working on right now, and I have all the time conferences in different time zones. The experience with Xcoacher was really helpful, for sure.
Yeah, I could imagine.
So, what do you plan on doing after you graduate, if you haven't graduated already?
Well, I still have a long time yet because I'm doing law. So I've got it's like a 6 year degree. So
Mm,
I'm only 3 years into it.
nice.
Um,
And do you plan on going on with it?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. I
yeah, of
want
course.
to. Yeah. I think if I put this much time in, I might as well finish it.
Mm, awesome.
Yeah.
And is it like you would like to practice in Australia, or are you doing international law? Do you think of
I'm
adding international about it?
I'm doing like political science at the same time, so
Mm,
it's kind of like international relations with it. But I think I want to focus in like Aboriginal Australian law is kind of where I want to get into.
that's
Yeah,
amazing. That's
it's just
awesome. That's
interesting.
for sure. Wow. Well, wish you all the best with that.
Thank
And
you.
international law, it's interesting, but nothing compares to something so specific and so unique and rare.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Especially at home as well, which is
For sure.
good.
Great. So speaking of your team, I see Francis on the call, but his screen is very frozen. And last time we had a lot of issues with him. He couldn't hear, well, he could hear us, but he couldn't speak to us. So I'm guessing it's something similar this time around again. Um, you were the only one that actually replied to my email, so I'm not sure what the status of the rest of them is. Did you hear
Oh,
some?
okay.
Mhm.
Well, in one of the responses to the was I think we've been trying to do another time for us to call. We're trying to organize it, and I set up like I don't know if you've used it, but it's like an online thing where you put in all your slots that you're available and everyone isn't.
Mhm.
But then this came through first, so I think we just said we'd do this one. But I know I don't know the name off the top of my head, but there was definitely one person who'd said what time it was. and that they were going to be joining. Hang on, I can bring it up now.
Maybe Nabil? He was the one that was on the call last time. I don't know.
Oh, okay, maybe. Yeah, Nabil said that, yeah, I should be on the call. That's what the response was. Johnisa,
Jonica, maybe?
I
don't know.
Yeah, she said that she won't be able to make it because she's traveling, but I think I've not heard from anyone else.
So is this the first time all you guys are meeting up in like a co-environment or sort of?
Yeah, we've been trying, but I mean, I think the time zones are really difficult.
But still, you managed to start working on the challenge, right?
Well, we've got the first step underway in regards to doing the charter, like the team charter. And individually, we've started looking at it. But I think I was actually thinking beforehand that probably the next step to take would be to I don't even know, I haven't discussed this with anyone, this is just myself, would be to maybe set a date where we all can compile our ideas and such, and then go from there.
Great. Well, keep it up, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I see that Nabil is trying to join us, and his camera is dark, just like last time. Hello, Nabil. Nobody. Hi. Can you hear me? Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. I still cannot see you, and
I realized I didn't. It was working earlier, and I don't understand why it's not anymore.
You know, I'm just gonna go out there and just say you're camera shy.
Apparently so.
I see that still we have issues communicating with Francis because his microphone icon is not on in the chat. I don't know if you can see it. So I'm guessing he has issues again with talking to us. But Francis, if you can hear me, you can use the chat screen. Just if you have questions, type them in and we'll try it like this. It's a pain, but at least you're here with us. Okay, so I've been talking to Eliza, and she told me that you guys have started the ball rolling on working on the team challenge slowly but surely, and that the time zones are a bit of an issue, but it is as it is. That's part of the challenge. So far, do you guys have any questions, any issues regarding the challenge, the webinars, the symposium, anything you would like to address, to talk about?
I don't really have any questions. I don't know about the others.
Good.
Nothing in particular since last time, so.
Okay. Were you able to join Vas's webinar or at least see the video afterwards?
I couldn't join again because the timing of it, I just finished my exams and I work quite a lot as well. So the timing of it for me, I wasn't able to make it. But I haven't finished watching it, but I started when I'm finding time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same goes for me. I wasn't able to because of other circumstances. I couldn't join the chat exactly, but I did watch most of the video what they're talking about during it. So
cool. Great. Well, the next webinar that is coming is on the 24th of June. So it's the Monday after next. And this is a very important webinar. It's the company webinar. Actually, there are going to be 3 webinars. You're welcome to join all 3 if you would like, but please have at least someone of the team joining the Lake Louise webinar, because we are going to speak to the company directly. They're going to explain the challenge, explain their point of view of it, answer questions, and this would be a perfect time and perfect opportunity for you guys to meet your client beforehand. So please make sure that you prepare some questions. You can email them to the ambassadors beforehand. I think that Madalena already sent an email about this. Can you please confirm that you received it?
Hang on.
Let me see. It should have the link for the webinar, or
No, the links are not available yet. I can only tell you
okay.
the date.
Yeah, I found on one of the emails there was like a dot point saying what date the challenge company's webinars were, and that we should email questions to our ambassadors no later than 2 days beforehand.
Yes.
I see it now as well on one of them.
Perfect. Please do so. Discuss the questions amongst yourselves. Email them to us. But even make sure that one of you can join the webinar. I mean, it would be an amazing opportunity to talk to the company directly. You can even run by some ideas that you have, some initial ideas, just like asking them, what do you think about this? Have you done that? Have you tried this? In the past, this has worked pretty well because people were able to see that some of their ideas have already been tried by the company and changed on the fly. So it's a very good opportunity. Please make sure that one of you attends. I know it's difficult because it's a Monday and it's probably going to be a work day for some of you guys, and or a school day at the least. The webinar, let me just check, but I think the Lake Louise webinar was scheduled for 1 a.m. Calgary time, 1 p.m. Calgary time. I'll have to confirm that with you, but we will send you the link and the time in advance so you know. But of course, yeah, sure.
Like 3 a.m. my time, I think.
I don't have the conversion table in my head right now, but yeah.
I can look about that.
Yeah, so it's 1 p.m. Calgary time. This is like 3 p.m. in Florida. I'm not sure. I think that for you, Eliza, is going to be somewhere in the wee hours of the morning.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm used to it by now.
Yeah. But in any case, discuss it among yourselves, find a representative or 2, and just be there. It's a great opportunity. I'll remind you for sure. I'm going to pester you about it. But let me know, yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Great. Awesome. So, last time we didn't really have the opportunity to play some games because it was quite difficult with the connection, and basically I had a chat just with Nabil because Francis was there in spirit. And right now he's having the same issues. I mean, he just dropped off to try and join again. But let's try it this time. I'm not sure how much you guys have gotten to know each other. I'm sure that with those time zones it's difficult. But let's try something. Let's try the bucket list challenge. Are you familiar with it?
No.
Are you familiar at all with the concept of a bucket list?
Like things you want to do before you die?
Yeah. Let's not talk about dying. Let's talk things you want to do before things you want to do in the next 5 years. Because I'm sure we're all very different ages, and I don't want to offend anyone by saying things you want to do before you're 30 or things you want to do before you're 40 or something. So how about this? Things you want to do in the next 5 years. Let's say 3 things you want to do in the next 5 years. Cool. Who wants to go first?
I can only think of 2 at the moment.
No worries.
Well, I've always wanted to skydive. And I'd probably rather do that when I'm younger than older because, I probably would have more health complications and run the risk of having a heart attack or something. But and hopefully by then I will have been finished with my degree. So that's ideal. If I don't put it off or go traveling or something, that's the goal, is to finish it within the next 5 years. That's about it. I'm not really like a planner. I make decisions quite spontaneously. So it's hard for me to like set out these kind of long-term aspirations.
Oh, that's nice. You're a go with the flow kind of person. That's awesome. Oh, what's the craziest thing that you've ever decided to do like this on the fly?
I decided to go to Europe for a year, like a month before I left. I just kind of finished school and went, no, I'm going, and booked it all and left for a year and came back. And
Awesome.
it was great. I loved it. But I think like a month in, I was like, oh my God, what am I doing?
I'm sure you had some great memories. I'm looking forward to sitting down with you in Calgary and just chatting about your year in Europe as a European myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from a small country on the easternmost border of Europe and the European Union, Bulgaria.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Awesome.
Yeah. Well, my family is like Albanian heritage. So it's that kind of, like my mom is Albanian, so it's that like region.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'm from there, and I'm currently living back here at home in Sofia. So
yeah,
cool. Amazing. Great.
I guess I can go.
Yes, please.
Just like Eliza, I don't exactly have a specific plan, but I've besides obviously one of the things on my list is graduation, because I graduated in 2 years then. I've actually really wanted to learn how to ice fish.
Nice.
Just a fact to throw out there. I know I have not been to like Canada or Alaska or anything, one of those like really cold places. But it's something I've had a fascination with. It's just a random fun fact. And then I want to visit the Lake of Lightning in Venezuela. Actually, is one of my spots to go to at some point. Maybe not in the next 5 years, maybe later, but definitely soon. So that's just another one.
Wow, that's amazing. Ice fishing. Who would have thought? That's so random.
Yeah, I fish a lot, but just normal, and it's always fascinated me, some of the just watching videos of people doing crazy stuff on the ice. So just a weird kind of thing, I guess.
You guess very.
Oh, there's Francis.
Yeah. Hi, Francis.
Hi.
We can hear you. Hello. That's amazing. So we've just been discussing bucket lists And it turns out that Eliza is a very go with the flow kind of person, not really a bucket list kind of gal. I mean, she decides things on the go. That's how she went to Europe for a full year. And Nabil has some crazy bucket list ideas. I mean, he wants to learn how to ice fish. Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Yeah. I'm not sure if in Calgary there would be ice in July, but if there were, you could have tried there. You could do a 2-for-1, go for ex-culture and do ice fishing.
That's good.
Yeah. What about you, Francis? Do you have any bucket list ideas for the next 5 years?
For the next 5 years, uh, yes. For the
Years.
next 5 years,
Yeah, 5
um,
years.
I would like to fill up my education and afterwards. Personally, I'm an entrepreneur and I want to expand more in my businesses for the next 5 years.
Awesome.
After, so that's exactly what the plan is at the moment.
Mm. Tell us a little bit about your business. What it is that you do.
Yes, I have a construction company, and
Wow.
at the moment I'm operating 2 private hospitals in Ghana at the moment.
Seriously?
So these are
Nice. That's amazing. Well, maybe you can go international in the next 5 years, or at least regional.
yes, that's also in mind. And through escorts, we can create contact and it can be reality.
For sure. Well, I wish you all the best luck with that.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. That's some great things. It's very strange how they're all out there. I mean, apart from education, you don't really overlap, you guys. That's so interesting.
I mean, like, for me, ice fishing is never something I think of because, like, we don't even have snow or ice here. So, like, it's not something I would even really know exists. But I think it's cool, like you were saying, everyone's is different.
For sure. Nabil, am I correct? You were in the University of North Carolina, or am I mistaken?
Can you still hear me? Like, my audio is functional?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Is it a bit different or is it the same? Because I have changed a couple of things.
The audio's the same, but
Okay.
the video is different. I can see
Yeah, I'm
your
trying
head.
to work. Okay. To get back to your question. No, I think that's Jonica. She's in North Carolina. I'm in the Midwestern United States. I'm in Wisconsin.
Okay.
University is Marquette, so.
Yeah. Sorry, I guess I got those confused. I hope you don't take offense.
No, I understand. We're both in the United States, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and there are so many people from the University of North Carolina. I cannot say it for the life of me. But you do have a lot of snow in Wisconsin, right?
We do. Just not enough in my area in which it just doesn't get thick enough to really get into like some of the stuff I see on TV, which is really cool.
Awesome. Well, maybe at some point in time, you guys can do some traveling to your own, to each other's countries and see how it is on the other side. And Eliza, you said that you, where were you in Australia? Sorry, again, you mentioned in the beginning.
Perth.
Perth. Okay.
So where Melbourne and Sydney are, I'm the opposite side. So my time zone's 2 hours before them. Well, it's 10:20 now, and it's 12:20 in Melbourne.
Oh, at least I'm very happy that it's not midnight for you. I was a little bit worried about that, but you know, it's how it is in ex-culture. Sometimes you have to be on for crazy meetings in the wee hours of the morning. I'm not sure if I told you guys last time we had a chat, but when I was doing the symposium in Miami, my teammates were again in a completely different time zone than mine, and for me the meetings were always 2:00 in the morning, 3:00 in the morning, 1:00 in the morning was the earliest meeting I have had. So it was crazy, but it was so much fun. We were very heavy on Skype conversations, and it was really useful, for sure. So I hope you guys can manage to meet each other on Skype at least a couple of times before you get to see each other in Calgary. Because honestly, you're not going to have a lot of time in Calgary to work on the presentation. Cool. Well, that was some interesting things to learn. Are you up for doing another one? Like another sort of ice-breaking game?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, this one is called 3 Truths and a Lie. So it's again related to getting to know us a little better. And the whole point is very self-explanatory. Everybody tells 3 truths and a lie about themselves, and the rest of us have to guess which is a lie. Okay? Cool. Let me, yeah?
No, I'm just thinking.
Let me give you a moment to think about the 3 truths and the 1 lie. So it's 4 things about yourselves. And afterwards, I think we can give Nabil the floor to go first.
Okay.
Sorry for putting you on the spot. Okay. Cool. So giving you a moment to think. 3 truths and a lie. 4 amazing, interesting things about yourselves. And this time around, I mean, apparently after the ice fishing bit, you can go crazy. I mean, we already know that this is a crazy kind of team with crazy, interesting things and factoids about the members. Okay, Nabil, are you ready to go first?
I'll take a couple more seconds to think about this, exactly how I want to.
Okay, you have them. And your couple more seconds are up.
Alrighty.
Already.
Okay. So I guess one of my facts is I'm originally from India. My family is. Second one, I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh right. When I was 5, the 5 fish I had all decided to jump out of their bowl and die. Third, I have 2 siblings, one older, one younger. And then the fourth fact, when I was in the 5th grade, I did a flipping somersault off my scooter and then broke my arm.
Wow. That's a lot. That's interesting. I'm especially curious about the fish kind of thing. So, Eliza, what do you think is the lie about those interesting facts that Nabil pointed out about himself?
I thought the first 2 were true. I thought it was one of the last ones that were a lie. I think I'll go with the flipping off the scooter, just because I don't know how that'd be possible.
I would have said that too. So, Nabil, is this the lie?
No, it's not. I am the oldest. I only have one sibling. As for the fish, I still to this day we don't know exactly what happened. We were away for about a couple hours, and when we found them all on the floor, so we just assumed that they decided to jump out. And I don't I nor do I know how it happened or what happened. It's still a mystery to this day. As for the scooter, I have a very big bump at the end of the road that I live on, and I decided to test how fast I could go and how like airborne I could get. And it's like a really heavy electric scooter, and it's not a good idea. But I decided to do it anyways because I'm stupid. And so I was airborne, and then I was really airborne because I flipped off of it and then just shattered my elbow. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Please tell me you have a video of that.
I don't. I wish I did.
That would have been something interesting to share with the rest of us in Calgary.
It would have been pretty cool, and then a lot of screaming.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, awesome. Who wants to go next, Eliza or Francis?
Francis.
Okay, Francis, please share 4 facts about yourself.
I've married a nice lady with 3 kids. I've completed masters in strategic management and consultancy. I'm a good Christian by the grace of God. I also enjoy doing business.
That's gonna be difficult because
Mm-hmm.
they all sound like they're true. I don't think anything is a lie.
Okay, can I add one?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm a very skillful footballer.
You're a very skilled footballer.
Yes.
So, Nabil, what do you think is the lie?
I think it's the last one that we added at the end there.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it was the university one. I think he majored in something different.
Come again. Hello?
Hi. Yeah. So according to Nabil and me, the lie about yourself, Francis, is that you're a skilled footballer. We don't believe you. But Eliza thinks that the lie is the university degree. It's not strategic business, but something different.
Okay. The lie is the being a skillful footballer. I enjoy football, but I don't know how to play football. This university is the truth.
Okay. So sorry, Eliza, but I guess Nabil and me win this one. But good show. It's your turn, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. So the first one is I've never seen snow. The second one is that I have been to the United States twice in my life. The third one is that I speak French. And the fourth one is I'm a qualified beach lifeguard.
That's tricky. Francis, which one do you think is the lie?
Never seen snow before might be the lie.
I want to say it's the second one. I think you've either never been to the United States or been there once instead of twice.
I think I'm gonna agree with Nabil again.
Well, you and Nabil are very good at this game because I've never been to the United States.
Yeah, I think Nabil and myself are pretty good judge of character. High five, Nabil.
Virtual, yeah.
Good one. That was really fun, you guys. That's really cool. How do you feel about it? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was good to, I mean, it's better to get to know someone over a video chat than the messages anyways, because those are very
Well, I do hope you have the time to schedule a couple of video chats with the rest of the team. I think you're gonna really enjoy them. And it's actually easier to discuss sometimes, especially after you do your research on the challenge. It's very good to have a video call to discuss your ideas and brainstorm together, because it's faster and everybody can participate. Nobody can feel run over, as sometimes it can happen during a chat conversation.
I was just for Nabil and is it Francis? Is that how you say your name, Francis?
It's funny because you said it and his microphone offline, so.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just thinking of messaging the group chat and saying like setting not like myself, but like so we could set a date for when everyone can kind of generate their ideas for. And then on that day, I was thinking if everyone kind of has done like their basic research and come up with a couple of ideas, then on that day, on the deadline, we can all like do a Skype call together and then decide which, like how we're going to pursue forward and like how we'll delegate the different kind of sections of like research and putting it together. Because I know for myself, I'm going to Canada early. So I'm in Canada from like the 3rd of July. So I'd rather like at least get everything kind of started earlier rather than later, because it's going to be harder for me to do things in those like early weeks of July.
Sounds like a good plan. Yeah.
Do you still, I mean, do we have a preferred, do we want like do you still have school, whereas a weekend would work better, or?
Oh no, I'm off exams. I'm on my mid-year break now. So it's only really work I have, but I don't sleep that much anyway, so I'm kind of all right with doing.
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't, any, as long as we can work around work and all that stuff, that should be fine. I mean, as soon as possible, as soon as we get all our research and everything ready, I totally agree that we should get a schedule.
I was thinking of giving us like at least a week, so maybe like even next Friday or next Saturday, because I think that's enough time. You don't need to do severe like intense research, but at least like have some ideas or points, and then we can discuss them and then move forward from there. Because I think once like we like get the first call done and the first like brainstorm done, from there it's just gonna like real easy, but it's just kind of getting that initial ball rolling.
For sure. That's a great plan, you guys. Stick with it. I think it's gonna help you a lot.
Okay.
Good. So in a minute or two, Zoom is going to cut us off, unfortunately. So if you don't have anything that you want to ask, I think we can call it a day for today. Thank you so much for taking the time. And I'm very happy that this time around we could hear Francis. Yeah. If you guys have any problems or issues, there's always the Facebook group. You can email me as well. Please make sure you have your questions ready before the webinar on the 24th. And have at least one person be there. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was a blast. I look forward to seeing you again, at least one more time before Calgary, and then in Calgary. Okay? Cool.
Yeah.
See you soon, you guys.
All right, I'll see you guys.
Bye.